Oseo.
Oseo.
Cherokee greeting. Continuing with our very old story. Last Sunday I was introducing the owl, and through the Lakota, Yin Huang, fall from the sky, that way. So here I'm introducing a very ancient view of the owl. And I mentioned the spirit cave man and the spirit cave, 10,000 years old. Right here, this is a replica that I have made. This was with the spirit cave man in his spirit cave. It's carved out of wood. I personally beheld it. And this is my exact replica of it. And I would say it is the oldest image of the owl spirit. And I have resurrected the owl spirit down here that you can see there. That's Hiran Sa Galak Yellow, meaning the red striped owl is sacred, Waka. And I have there a Navajo pot as a pot friend to keep him friendly. And continuing with the Gaelic words, the characters, we have 3 characters in this. And Shin Shin Shinar is old grandfather, meaning old man owl. And Shin Shin Shinwar is old woman owl. And this character here is Shenag. Shenag is a little ant. Maklak Turan Shanar, in the womb tower of the ancient land. Shinar is the Gaelic for the underworld, the ancient land. And here, these 2 owls, they live in the cave underneath the big rock. And a few miles south, there is a hill called, the hill that looks like an ant hill. An old man owl, he's telling a woman owl, I'm going to go be hunting down there by the hill that looks like an ant hill. So he's flying down there, and he's hearing a baby cry. Where? So he goes over there to investigate, and he hears a baby crying, and there's like a rabbit burrow. And so he reaches in there, and he finds somebody in there, and he tugs and pulls him out. He pulls out this little guy, and he laid him down there on the ground. Wow, you are sure a skinny little guy. Said, I'm going to take you home to old woman owl to take care of you. So he picks up the little shinnig and takes him back there to his home at the cave underneath the big rock. And she's saying, when she sees him, hey, where did you find that anyway? Well, down there on that hill that looks like an ant hill. That's where I found him. Well, what are you going to do with him anyway? Well, I'm going to give him to you so you can take care of him and like that. So she said, okay, I'll do that. So they take him in, and they start giving him a little broth and like that. And eventually he gets a little bit of, a spunk like that. And they would catch rabbits, and then they have the rabbit's fur left over. So they made a little outfit for him like that. And so, he'd be crawling around, and he'd get a little bit more and more little person like that. And the old man, he would be hunting, and he'd come in, and they kind of had a pot always, going on the fire, so he would throw in, rodents and things like that, like that, and they'd give the little guy, little sips like that, so he could go along like that. And eventually, the old man made him a little bow and arrow, kind of little thing would just fit just right, and he kind of taught him how to shoot that. So that's how he's going like that, and little bit by little, he's growing a little bit more. And one day, the old man, he comes in with a snake, and he put a snake in a pot. So it was cooking. And then what happened with that little guy, that little shinnig, when nobody was looking, he went up there, he took a sip of that snake broth, and so all of a sudden, he becomes aware. And so the old man, when he came in, he saw that right away. He said, oh, it looks like, you've finished your time living with us. I'm going to have to take you back where I found you. So there he picks up the guy. He's a little bit bigger now He takes him back there to the hill that looks like an ant hill. And he puts him there, and he said, this is where I found you. And somewhere there exists your father and your mother and your aunt and your uncle. And then he flew off, leaving me there, wondering what did he mean? Somewhere there exists my mother, my father, my aunt, and my uncle. And he left me with that it's up to me from now on. It's my affair. And well, after thinking about all of that, I just laid down on the ground right there and fell asleep. Well.
Bueno.
Thank you.